So let's talk a little bit about new product branding decisions. Of course, here is what the book refers to as the new product development process, where you start with the opportunity identification, concept generation, product evaluation, product development, and product launch. Of course, while this is presented as a nice 5-step procedure, turns out that in most cases it doesn't exactly work this way. So one of the key questions for the new products is a branding decision. Should my product have a new brand, or should it be a brand extension of an existing brand? The two choices, once again, a new brand strategy or an individual brand strategy versus a brand extension or a family branding strategy. Now, the benefits of a new brand strategy is it creates new brand excitement. There's new brand positioning, and it lowers the risk of failure. Here's how that happens. Well, the idea about new brand excitement is that anytime we offer a brand new brand, there's an excitement internally in the organization and by customers about something completely brand new. The value of something completely brand new is it doesn't come with any of the baggage with an existing brand name. So we can take a new brand and position it any way that we would like. Of course, that comes with some baggage, and the baggage that it comes with is the lower risk of failure. That is, if a new brand fails, it doesn't bring down any other brand. It's simply the new brand. The new brand is the only thing that's hurt. On the other hand, the benefits of a brand extension strategy is we have instant brand equity. Of course, we're not sure how much of it will transfer, but if I'm already using an existing brand name, I have built-in awareness and trial, built-in product acceptance, and built-in positioning. And of course, what that means is I immediately get trial. Also will help me to get shelf space. It undoubtedly will cost me less to launch the product because people are already familiar with the brand name, so my marketing costs go down. Of course, the danger with a brand extension or using a family branding strategy is that if the product turns out to be a failure, it hurts not only the brand new product, but also the brand that we used in the extension. So it really, the other option is the idea of private labeling as a new brand strategy. Another option is that we could go in and private label for someone else as opposed to generate a brand new brand. So this is the decision of would I produce a product for someone else or go in and develop my own new brand instead. So one of the questions is, should a company produce private label brands for a retailer? All right, the benefits of a company producing private label brands for a retailer. Well, it helps to cover my costs. It allows the company to pursue a segment without marketing or diluting its current brands. It increases total market share and increases economy of scale. And of course, the point here is that if I have a private label that I am producing, not only can I count the sales of my own brand, but I can also count the sales associated with the private label. And if I don't do it, the truth is someone else will. So the argument that somehow if I don't produce a private label, there won't be any competition is probably not accurate. Now, some of the disadvantages of producing private labels for a particular retailer is, in one way or another, it adds competition. And of course, customers are pretty smart, and it's probably easier for them to identify products that are made by the same company. Once again, another disadvantage of using private label branding is that it lowers my margins. Since I don't have to do any marketing to get the product to market, it costs me less. But at the same time, the margins that I get from using private labeling strategy compared to my own brand are lower. There's also the potential to have leverage by the purchaser. That is, the private labeling company has some leverage. They are making a large order, and as a result, they have leverage in terms of pursuing better prices and perhaps better delivery and a variety of things. Of course, there is always the notion, the danger that customers might find out that I am in fact making the private label brand for another company, and as a result, they might believe that they're getting the same product if they buy the private label product. Another problem with using private labeling, is that I'm going to use up a bunch of capacity that at some point in time I might need later on. And of course, there's always this issue of the effect on employees. Employees of a company like to produce their own brands. They're not necessarily quite as excited about producing products for a competing private label brand. So what would you do? Would you produce those private labels? Or would you say, no private labels for us. If we want to go after a particular market segment, we'll produce a brand new brand of our own.